Have you ever wondered why certain products being sold in the market have dissimilar vibes? Same purpose, but different brands. The answer lies in the kind of market structure these producers belong to. Today, we will be discussing about market structures and how to differentiate between one another. But first, what is market structure? Market structure is a particular environment in a firm, the characteristics of which influence the pricing and the output decision. This also refers to the nature and the degree of competition in the market for goods and services. There are four types of market structure. First is the perfect competition, monopoly, monopolistic competition, and lastly, oligopoly. So now, how can we tell where our favorite products belong to these four types? Well, to make it simpler, we'll be tackling about the basic assumptions of these four structures. So, to start.
Though there is no actual perfectly competitive market in the real world, a number of approximations exist. There may be a few products which could approximate but not fulfill all conditions needed. The stock exchange is one example. Though the fact that the investors could easily affect the market price, the sole reason violates the condition that no one seller can influence the market price. Another one prime example of perfectly competitive market is street foods. Very few barriers of entry, check. There are often a number of buyers and sellers, check. However, whether the consumers know all the relevant information needed is the big question.
In Cebu, we have VECO. It is basically common knowledge that all the household supply of electricity came from such a supplier. Considering the population, how much money can they earn per day? How much? Well, 11.1 million US dollars. What? That's one huge money. Well, let's put it aside. Common commodities in every city will of course be better off if there will be only one supplier. Water supply MCWD is one prime example of such monopolistic market. Did you know that Metro Cebu used to suffer from inadequate potable water supply way back then? The supplier of water because was known as OWS, which stands for Osmania Waterworks System. It was only until 1974 that MCWD started to operate with a loan capital of 200,000 pesos from the government, and up until now, they continue to supply the whole metro, making them one monopolistic firm.
Of course, everybody knows about Samsung and Apple. They are one of the top grossing cell phone producers in the market today. Despite them having similar products, they only slightly differ from the specs their cell phones offer. In malls, every cell phone retailers never miss having to display its brands. Here's a fact. Did you know that the rivalry between two giants have been so intense that it seems like they allot a special back-to-back season to which they would release their new products? Apple will release a new phone by fall, which leads to an increase in sales of iPhones during this time, which, in return, will cause a downfall to Samsung's during spring, but eventually, the Samsung will release a new phone after fall, which leads to a downfall to iPhone sale this time.
One great example of an oligopolist is the oil industry. No matter how much consumers wanted not to engage to oil, that cannot be done. What consumers can only do is to accept the prices laid, or else their cars won't run, unless the city you currently live in promotes a green transportation like biking or walking. Lately, we can see the arrival of new gasoline stations and labels. This itself is a guarantee that there is cash in oil industry. Despite the numbers, these brands or sellers sell slightly differentiated products, replaced and called by different names. But one point, they are all oil and gasoline. Now here's the thing. Oil is the mother of all commodities. Without it, there will be no clothes, no houses, no food. The founder of the petroleum industry in Europe, Ignacy Lukajits, he once quoted, "This solution is the future wealth of country. It's the welfare and prosperity for its inhabitants. It's a new source of income for the poor people and a new branch of industry, which shall bear plentiful fruits."